You have more money than before. You work harder. You earn more. You achieve things you once dreamed about. So why do you still feel like something is missing? You open your bank account. The number is higher than it used to be. You should feel safer. You should feel more relaxed. But instead, another question appears. Is it really enough? Maybe you are not afraid of being poor. Maybe you are afraid of losing everything you have built. And that is the strange thing about money. Your situation can improve while your mind still feels unsafe. Because sometimes the biggest money problems are not inside your wallet. They are inside your mind. So why do people continue chasing more, even after they have achieved more? Why does having more money not always create more security? In this video, we will explore the psychology behind this feeling, why your brain keeps searching for more, why scarcity can change the way you think, and how understanding yourself can change your relationship with money. Most people think they want more money, but if you look deeper, money itself is rarely the final goal. Money is a tool, but what people truly want is what money represents: security, freedom, control, peace of mind. When people say, "I just want more money," often what they really mean is, "I want to stop worrying. I want to know everything will be okay. I want to feel protected from unexpected problems." Money becomes a shield, a protection against uncertainty, against emergencies, against the fear that life could suddenly change. This is why money is connected to emotions. It is connected to our memories, our experiences, our fears, and the stories we tell ourselves about the future. Deep down, many people are not actually chasing wealth. They are chasing one feeling: I will finally be okay. But here is where things become complicated. The human brain does not measure money objectively. It does not simply look at a number and say, "Great, I have enough now." Instead, the brain asks a different question. Am I safe? And safety is not always connected to the amount of money we have. Someone with $10,000 may feel unsafe. Someone with $1 million may also feel unsafe, because the number is not always the problem. The feeling is. This is why some people continue working harder and earning more, but the anxiety never completely disappears. They reach one goal. Then another goal appears. They solve one problem. Then the brain finds another thing to worry about. The finish line keeps moving. And eventually, the deeper question becomes, how much is enough? But maybe the better question is, why do I never feel enough? To understand that, we need to understand what scarcity does to the human brain. Scarcity is a powerful psychological state. It happens when your brain believes something important is limited. It could be money, time, security, opportunities, or even emotional support. When the brain senses scarcity, it changes the way we think. Imagine you are extremely hungry. What is the first thing you notice? Food. Not because food is the only thing in the world, but because your brain has decided, this is important right now. Your attention becomes focused on what is missing. This is called the scarcity tunnel. Your brain creates a narrow focus around the problem. When money feels limited, the same thing happens. You start noticing every expense, every risk, every possible mistake. Your mind begins searching for danger. Instead of asking, what kind of future do I want to build? You start asking, what could go wrong? And this shift is important because scarcity does not only change your emotions, it changes your decisions. When your brain is focused on survival, long-term thinking becomes harder. Planning becomes harder. Patience becomes harder. Your mind is trying to solve today's problem first, not because you are irresponsible, not because you do not care about the future, but because your brain is designed to protect you from immediate threats. The problem is, modern financial problems are often not solved by immediate reactions. They require patience, planning, and the ability to think beyond today. But scarcity makes the future feel smaller. It pulls your attention toward what is missing instead of what is possible. And once this pattern begins, it can quietly influence the financial choices you make every day. In the next part, we will explore how scarcity changes our decisions. Scarcity does not only affect how we feel, it affects what we do. When people feel financially stressed, the brain naturally looks for immediate relief. It wants the problem to disappear now. And this makes sense. If your brain believes something is urgent, it will prioritize solving that urgency. But financial decisions often have consequences that appear later. A choice that feels helpful today may create more pressure tomorrow. This is why people under financial stress sometimes make decisions they later regret. They are not choosing the wrong thing because they do not care. They are choosing what feels safest in that moment. The brain says, fix this problem now, even if tomorrow becomes harder. This pattern can appear in many ways. Buying something to feel better after a stressful day. Avoiding financial planning because thinking about money feels overwhelming. Choosing short-term comfort instead of long-term progress. These choices may provide temporary relief, but they do not always solve the deeper problem. And then the cycle continues. Stress creates a decision. The decision creates another problem. The problem creates more stress. A person can feel trapped inside a pattern they do not fully understand. But this is important. This is not a character problem. It is not because someone is lazy. It is not because someone does not care about their future. Human behavior changes under pressure. When the brain feels threatened, it becomes focused on protection. Sometimes the biggest financial burden is not only the amount of money we have, it is the constant mental pressure we carry every day. The pressure of calculating, the pressure of comparing, the pressure of wondering, am I doing enough? Many people believe, once I earn more money, I will finally relax. And this belief feels logical. If money creates stress, then more money should remove that stress. But something surprising often happens. People earn more, their lifestyle improves, their opportunities increase. Yet the fear does not completely disappear, it simply changes. Before having more money, the question may be, can I pay my bills? After earning more, the questions become, am I saving enough? Am I investing enough? Am I making the right decisions? Am I falling behind compared to others? The problem has changed, but the feeling remains. Because the human brain adapts quickly. What once felt like success can eventually become the new normal. A bigger home becomes normal. A higher income becomes normal. A better lifestyle becomes normal. And then the brain starts searching for the next level of security. This is called adaptation. The thing we once dreamed about can become something we expect. And when expectations keep increasing, the feeling of enough keeps moving further away. The number changes, but the emotion stays. This is why financial freedom is not only about having more money, it is also about changing the relationship we have with money. Because if money is always connected to fear, then even more money may not create peace. So how do we break this pattern? The first step is understanding that enough is not a universal number. There is no single amount of money that creates security for everyone. Enough is personal. For one person, enough may mean freedom from debt. For another person, enough may mean more time with family. For someone else, enough may mean the ability to choose meaningful work. The problem begins when we let someone else's definition of success become our own. When we constantly compare, we lose sight of what we actually value. Money should support your life. It should create choices. It should give you flexibility. But money should not become the measure of your worth. Instead of always asking, "How much more do I need?" try asking, "What kind of life am I trying to create?" Because these are very different questions. The first question comes from fear. The second question comes from intention. Real wealth is not only about what you own, it is also about how you feel, how much freedom you experience, how much peace you have. The goal is not to stop growing. Growth is healthy. Ambition is healthy. The goal is to stop living as if you are always running out. Sometimes what we need more of is not money. It is security. It is clarity. It is the confidence that we are building a life that actually matters to us. Because money is not just numbers in an account. Money is connected to our emotions, our choices, and the way we see ourselves. When we understand the psychology behind money, we can stop fighting against our own minds.